Alright guys, we're back. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy CMB checking in from Mexico, guys. Still out here on my vacation. Last full day out here. But I promised you guys, like I said, I would make content when all possible. I just came off of the beach and just to come in here and make this content. I'm headed back soon, but I did want to come on here and make some content for you guys. And today, what I want to talk about real quickly is Jaron Ennis and how he's receiving criticism from a lot of people because he's not willing to make the move to 154 pounds, make that jump from 147 to 154. And a lot of people, I would say a lot of Errol Spence fans, former Errol Spence fans too, want Boots to mix it up with Terrence Bud Crawford. And not because they're big fans of Boots. A lot of it has to do with the fact that they want to get back for Errol Spence Jr. They know Errol Spence Jr. was completely dominated in the fight. They can't live with that. It's tearing them up inside. And, you know, they believe that Boots can get the job done. Where Errol couldn't do it, Boots can get the job done. And I totally, 100%, wholeheartedly disagree with that. And it's not that I'm a Boots hater, because I like Boots. I think Boots is a phenomenal fighter, and where he is right now in his career is two things. I think Terrence Bud Crawford is, you know, on a different path when it comes to becoming an undisputed champion at 154 pounds, or possibly 168, but we know Canelo doesn't want any smoke, but that's a different story. But I want what's best for Boots, because I think Boots is still, I don't think he's been in the ring with that caliber of fighter yet. I don't think he's had that type of experience behind him to put himself in a fight like that and be able to be successful. I just don't see it, and I just want him to get his feet wet first before thinking about chasing the pound for pound best fighter on the planet. And I really don't have a problem with him staying at 147. I think that's probably wise. I think, you know, him wanting to become undisputed at 147, it's nothing to sneeze at. You know, there's champions there. There's big fights for him to be made there. You just had Brian Norman Jr., who, you know, been elevated to the to the WBO champion. We know Jaron's the IBF champion. Of course, we have Mario Barrios, who's the WBC champion, and Stanionis, who is the regular champion right now. But I think once Crawford vacates the WBA title, he may be elevated to the full-fledged WBA champion. So he would have 3 other champions in that division to fight. And I think those are all exciting fights. I think those are all good fights. These guys are all young, and they're making their way through the sport. And I think it's the right thing for him to do. I don't think it's the right thing for him to chase Crawford, because he may lose. I think he loses that fight with Crawford, and then it's back to square one. You know, once you lose a fight in boxing right now, you guys know how fickle fans are, and you see how fickle fans are. When Errol Spence lost the fight, where did the fans go? They jumped on the Boots bandwagon. You don't hear these guys talking about Errol Spence Jr. anymore. You just don't. So I think Boots is making the right decision, trying to become undisputed in his weight class, making his own lane, making his own history. And, you know, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. We know what Crawford's trying to do. He's got his own plans. He's looking at the winner of Sebastian Fundora and Errol Spence Jr., which I think that fight may be sometime next year, possibly February, for the WBA. No, for the WBC, WBO. I think that WBO is going to get stripped from Sebastian Fundora. I think Crawford will probably be elevated to the full-fledged champion, which will make him a unified champion, and then he will only be 2 belts away. WBC and the IBF, which I think Tim Tszyu may be fighting the IBF champion for that title, I think in October, if I'm not mistaken. October 19th, I think that might be the date, I'm not sure. But here's the thing, let's say Crawford does defeat whoever wins between Errol and Sebastian Fundora, and the only title left is the IBF. There's going to have to be some serious negotiations, because we did hear Turkey Al-Sheikh, His Excellency, said that he doesn't want to work with Tim Tszyu. And honestly, I don't know where that stems from. I don't know if it's from Tim Tszyu's team or whatnot, but Crawford's going to need that belt. He's going to need that belt to make him a three-time undisputed champion. So, you know, you never can say never in the sport. If something like that's on the line, I'm sure Turkey can make it happen. He has the revenue, and you know, he knows how to get the job done. When it comes to these fighters, he has the money to make things happen. We've seen that. We've seen him doing that, making big fights where before we weren't getting them, now we are. So we'll see what happens. But I just wanted to give my 2 cents on Jaron Ennis, because I just don't really think it's fair for him to be criticized for fighting in his own weight class. People trying to, you know, push him to go up to 154 when he doesn't want to do it. It's his decision to make, and honestly, I think he's making the right decision. But anyway, you guys let me know how you feel about this one in the comments section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.